Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your bonus reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If you're watching this reading was meant to find you. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Taurus, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Five of Cups. Five of Cups is disappointment, right? And it is, unfortunately, it's a very sort of guaranteed fact of life, that we're going to experience disappointment, that we're going to try things and we're going to hope for things and wish for things and apply ourselves to things. And we're not going to get it. We're not going to do it. We're not going to succeed, right? Sometimes this card is just a little bit short of the Six of Cups, right? And very often these are things we can't control, that we can't, we can give it everything we've got, but sometimes things just don't work out, right? But sometimes our experience of this disappointment is something we can control. Are we trying to do things that we really don't want to do anyway? Are we trying to do things for which we aren't all that well suited to do, I don't think I'd be a very good, skydiving instructor, because I'll refuse to jump out of the plane. I'll refuse to even go up in the plane, It's not something that I'd be very well suited to, okay? So sometimes we have to look at this Five of Cups, and we have to honor how we feel. Then we need to really think about, okay, why do I feel this way? Is this because I feel like I should be able to do this? Well, let's make sure we want to, and let's make sure that we sort of have the right skill set and that we are appropriately adapted to that situation, right, where we can do it, right? And of course, there are forces outside of our control. We can't change, We can do our best, yeah. So I think you're somebody that, you're trying to create more happiness in life, right? We're trying to get, we're trying to get the Six of Cups, the harmony, the resonance, right? The peak experience, the really happy memory, the happiest day of our lives, right? And sometimes, very often, I think, we fall short. We're trying to get into the flow of life, and sometimes it doesn't happen that way. We can't. I go to work in the morning thinking, all right, this is going to be the best day at work ever. I get there, still miserable, Well, let's put this card into a little bit of context and see what you're trying to do, perhaps, and what other energies are at play. See, there's the Seven of Pentacles. There's a Knight of Wands. There's the Six of Pentacles. There is your Taurus power card. That is a fixed earth energy, the Prince of Pentacles, and a Princess of Swords here. We have interesting court cards, right? Because right here we have, I didn't succeed at something, and I'm disappointed in that fact. Okay? You've succeeded before, so you know what it feels like. You know what it looks like. Okay? But in this particular case, it didn't work out, and you're feeling pretty awful about it. Okay? Now, you have this very strong sort of work ethic. You're somebody that shows up all the time, that you're consistent and you're reliable. Yeah. And that is, that's a good quality. It's very important. But if you're applying yourself to something that is not satisfying you, that you can't seem to get into the flow of it or into the harmony of it, perhaps the Princess of Swords is saying, let's take a look at that and let's ask ourselves if this is just not the right situation for you. This is just not the right endeavor. Okay. The other thing that these two cards are telling me is that if we go into something with an expectation of failure, we're going to get failure. If we're already sort of miserable about it, the result is going to be a miserable product. Okay? So we need to look at these things. And we need to find out why we feel the way we feel in this situation and how that feeling is affecting the outcome and why we just don't seem to be experiencing that resonance of the 6 that we had back here. This is kind of what we want, but in practice, this is what we get. We get a 5 and a 7. It's like, come on, the 6 should be right there in the middle, you know? It's out of place. It's just like, it should be there, but it's not. And we need to figure out why. And if there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Okay. Now, Path of the Serpent. Let's see what awaits us over here. The Magician, the Empress, the 10 of Cups, and the Princess of Cups. See, I mean, big time difference, right? And the Princess of Swords is showing us that it is possible to look at this and understand this and turn around and create this. I mean, this is nice. And I was hoping that we'd get something really, really spectacular on the Path of the Serpent, and Spirit did not let us down. Okay? This, I mean, come on, Magician, Empress, 10 of Cups. That is a blessing. That is perfect. And I think that your life is... you're going to get the flow. You're going to be overjoyed with your life. I think you are creating happiness in your life. Okay? And I feel like what's going on the Path of the Dove, this is how it's not working. But we can take all of these very good qualities of ourselves and we can apply them to something else. And we could get all of this. You know, we could get the resonance. We can get the 6 of Pentacles. We could bring it over here. And we could get our happy, happy life, right? We can get the full and satisfied life, the 10 of Cups. Okay? These are the qualities that you bring to the table. I think you're maybe just at the wrong table, Taurus. Okay? Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is the random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot, the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right here. We're going to put our little octopus friend, the 8 of Pentacles, right there on top. And now we're not looking at that card until the end, but it will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need. If you have a prediction for that card, please put it in the comments down below. Let's use our intuition. Yeah, it's a fun little game. Let's look around the room over here because really, 2 major arcana. This is what it's all about. Spirit's telling you, hey, you're the Magician, create the Empress. Create the Empress life. Empress is in the position of your environment. This is in position of your general energy. You have the capabilities within you to construct your good life, your best life, right? And this is what it's all about. You have the ability to create the experience that you want in life. Okay? Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're at the wrong table. What we're trying to do is optimize our experience. Okay? And the Magician is very important in that regard because the Magician can just really be drop shipped to anywhere in the world and can thrive. Right? That's the quality of the Magician that we like the most, is that ability to adapt. The Magician can find themselves in any situation, right? It could be in just the most harsh conditions in the entire universe. Come back a week later, they're going to be living it up. They're going to be saying, hey, welcome to paradise, you know? Any situation that you're in, you have the capabilities of creating a good life, a happy life there, of being in the flow, in the moment, of having success and resonance. You can do that in any circumstances you're in. You can optimize it, make it the best you possibly can, right? And find a way to be happy, But just because you can doesn't mean you should. And so that's kind of the tricky thing about the magician. And it is Mercury, it is the trickster kind of archetype. That just because you can optimize a given set of circumstances doesn't mean you should. Doesn't mean that's going to be your best life. You could look at this and you can think, okay, I can create a good life here. It's not ideal, but I can make a good life out of this. Wouldn't be your best life. But that's the other side of the magician. If the circumstances as we find them aren't suitable to us, to where we can really create the kind of life we want, create the kind of experience of living that we want. Not the life necessarily as in particular things and details and, components, but the life, the way of life, the Tao, that we want. If these aren't the right conditions for that, we can change the conditions. That's the other thing. The other side of the magician card is the ability to construct reality according to your desires and your wishes and your will. We have to know sort of which aspect we're supposed to do in any given moment, in any given set of circumstances. Am I meant to just optimize this and make this the good life? Or am I meant to slowly start to change my environment so that I can have better conditions and I can achieve and I can create an even better life? You see? That's the power of the magician. And it really is up to us. If we can control our mind, our will, our concentration, our focus, if we can control some of what's going on inside of us, we can control more of what's going on outside of us. We can control what kind of relationship we have with the rest of the world, with life. Okay? First of all, we have to control the contents of our consciousness. Yeah. And then we can have the experience of this Empress energy in the environment. Our whole world can be paradise, right? And it's a matter of sort of how we are relating to the environment, how we are relating to ourselves and to other people. Okay. And now we've got our majors. We've got fire. We've got water and water. We've got kind of negative water, positive water. We have some new water up here. We've got air, which is this is where it all takes place in the field of the mind. Right? This is our chessboard here, the chessboard of the mind. So we got the air, and we've got our earth. We've got successful earth and not successful earth. And then we've got, of course, your earth energy. So we have a good mix of cards. I kind of like the alternatives of the water and the earth. We could have negative or positive, negative or positive. Which one are we going to choose, right? Well, let's choose positive, right? So we either change our 5 of cups into a 6 of cups, and we go into this negative situation, this unpleasant situation, and we change the way we relate to it. We optimize it. We have a good day even in the middle of setbacks and failures and turmoil and turbulence and or worse, right? In the face of calamity, we can still have a positive attitude and reap the rewards of it. Find opportunity and have a kind of a symbiotic relationship, have kind of an empress relationship with the environment, right? Where we're applying ourselves, we're getting something out of it. We're putting in work, we're getting the results, okay? So we can change kind of the way we are feeling about something, or we could change that something, or we could change this. We can change the circumstances. And if we say, hey, there's no way I can feel good about this particular set of conditions. There's no way I can feel better about it. There's no way that I can sort of control myself and try to get into harmony with this thing. Because it's toxic or it's whatever, right? So this maybe, turning this isn't gonna work. What we could perhaps do is optimize the situation, optimize the circumstances. And that is going to make it easier for us to get into that flow, get into that harmony, you know? And it all takes place in the mind. We have to be able to look at our conditions, look at this situation that you're in right now, and really figure out how we can live the best life, how we can optimize our experience and at least live the good life, right? As we work toward our best life, it's good and good and good and better and better and better and best, you know? It's a progression. So I think that we have to understand, first of all, how we feel. We're disappointed. Why are we disappointed? The Princess of Swords is going to be looking at all of these cards, right? And thinking about all of these and asking these questions, trying to investigate our lives. Okay, you're feeling disappointed in life. Okay, there are reasons for that. Part of the reason, I think, is, well, because you're sort of you're not experiencing the harmony and the success, perhaps, that you wanted to see. The Five of Cups is rather saying that there's something that should be here, but it's not. If it was here, you would feel the Six of Cups. You'd feel the harmony, the flow, right? And the Princess of Swords is asking back here with the Six of Pentacles, are the conditions here actually better than you thought they were, but you're still feeling like something's missing? On paper, does this look like a success? Is this, let's say, a business or a job that is paying the bills? Yeah, there's material success. I feel wealthy. I feel like I'm getting paid. I'm getting money, but I'm miserable. And as you're miserable, you're sort of looking at everything like it's dark and gloomy. It changes the way we see the world, see? So the Princess is looking back here at the past and thinking, is this what you've been going after? Have you been going after material success? And then whether you achieve it or not, you're sort of disappointed. It's kind of like, yeah, I want to be happy in life, so I need money. I need to be successful at what I'm doing, and I need to get paid for it, rewarded for it. Now I want to taste the fruit of my labors, you know. So you apply yourself to your work, but you don't like it. It's painful, it's long hours, it's miserable. And then you get the paycheck at the end of the week, and you're still miserable. Oh, great, now I can buy food to fuel my body so I can go back to work the next week and do the same thing, you know. So it could very well be that it's not really the material success that's bringing you happiness, because I think with that Six of Pentacles back there, I think you've tried that, and you still haven't really been all that happy. Maybe we haven't been in the flow, in that resonance. We haven't found the beauty and the magic in the work that we're doing. And it's making all this success. Maybe you do have a very good paying job. You're making a lot of money. It doesn't look that good. It doesn't feel that good. You're not experiencing it that way. You know, something should be here and it's not, and it kind of spoils the success. You know, it's kind of like if this is a very successful endeavor that you're involved with. Successful meaning that it's you're getting better at it, you're progressing, it's paying off, it's paying you, it's rewarding you, you know. If you have a Five of Cups experience of it, it sort of spoils the experience, you know. It's kind of like the party pooper shows up, and it's like, oh man, we were going to have a good time, now it's kind of ruined. Because the Seven is one step beyond the Six, right, of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is fruit that is absolutely ripe, perfect fruit. Let's eat that fruit. But the Seven now, it's a little spoiled. Oh, now I can't eat it, you know. Spoiled my dinner, let's say. So it could be that you're in a very prosperous time of your life, But there's something going on inside of you, in your emotional body, that's preventing you from really being present and involved and enjoying and celebrating and being in the flow and in the harmony of this success. And it's kind of like, we got to fix this soon. Otherwise, you're going to spoil this. You're not going to enjoy it. It's going to come and go, and you're going to say, I didn't get a chance to. It's like your favorite band tours the country. They come by your town, and you don't go see them. It's like, I missed my chance. Now they're gone because I was in a bad mood or whatever, you know. So we have to ask ourselves these kinds of questions. And we have to, our princess, this is our investigative mind, right? And we've got to use that. We've got to look up here at our Taurus energy, our Prince of Pentacles. What are you showing up for every day? And why do you keep showing up? Right? Why are you putting in all of this work? Why are you being so consistent? You have this intense work ethic. You're showing up every day to this, but why? This is really the question. This is the energy, the card that's going around asking everybody why. Yeah, but why though? You know? And it's kind of annoying, I understand. But we need to ask ourselves these questions. I'm doing this every single day. You're waking up, you're doing it, it's become a routine, you're working hard, it's maybe back-breaking work, and you're very committed to it, and you're very reliable. Why are you doing it? Right? Is it out of some sort of obligation? Is it that there's a sense of, well, eventually this is going to be successful and then I'll feel better? But what if it really is already this 6? What if it already is a pretty good gig, But we're just not experiencing it very well. We're just not feeling satisfied with it. We're not feeling resonant. We're not harmonized with it. The Knight of Wands underneath everything, this is sort of an impulsive kind of thing. And I feel that this is really this part of you that wants to sort of be carried off with this enthusiasm. When we take this away and we look at the cards, we don't see a lot of enthusiasm here. We see someone who's showing up every day very consistently, but not really having a good time doing it, You are sort of craving this enthusiasm. You want to be carried away by something. You want something that just kind of lights you up and yanks you out of your routine and just exhilarates you. You want this feeling of exhilaration. You don't want to just be steadily driving the boat through sort of average waters, driving the boat, however you drive a boat, like this, I guess. You almost are wishing for a storm because you want the excitement. You want the wind in your hair and the salt water splashing on your face, and you want the turbulence, and you want to feel like you're there in the moment. You want to feel lit up. You want to feel on fire. You want to feel the excitement, the zest of life, even if it means that we're sort of steering the boat into a storm, And I think this is a lot of people. I think we all feel this way sometimes. It's kind of, I was thinking this morning about how children, and very often adults, are craving some sort of attention so much that they end up doing something, and the cats too. Oh gosh, cats. You ignore a cat long enough, and they're going to start knocking your stuff off the countertops. They're going to start breaking, glasses and containers and cups and coffee mugs and everything. They don't care. They're saying, hey, pay attention to me. And that's kind of what your spirit is doing right now. It's kind of like banging on the doors. It's trying to rattle the cage and shake the bars and say, hey, pay attention to me. So with kids and with adults, sometimes a negative attention is better than indifference. And if we're here in this sort of Seven of Pentacles, Five of Cups life, it feels like it's just kind of, I don't know, I want to feel like it, I want to say it feels a little indifferent here. I know it's a Five of Cups, and it kind of means that there's a storm, right? Maybe it's us sort of feeling this dissatisfaction and wanting a storm, wanting something to happen, wanting to shake things up. We want this exhilaration and this excitement. Okay? And this is the kind of, and I remember this feeling too, because I've had a lot of jobs in my life, let me tell you. I started working when I was 15 and been working every day since. Well, that's a long time, right? And, 30 years. Almost 30 years. Holy crap. That's a long time. And I would get into a job, and I'd get into the routine. And when I first started the job, yay, I'm excited. I'm so excited. I'd put my clothes on and go to work and start learning and doing the work. And then a few days, couple of weeks, month or two go by, and it becomes routine. It becomes dissatisfying. There's something there now, or there's something that should be there now that isn't. It's like a piece got taken away. It's that harmony, that flow, that resonance is gone now. It's just become routine. It's become that. There's no challenge anymore. There's no excitement. There's no novelty. And that's when I'd start to goof off. That's when I'd start to sort of neglect my work a little bit. That's when I'd start to act out. As a 15-year-old kid, I had a job in a law firm. I was in the mailroom. And it became that way until eventually it was so, I don't even know, it was just dissatisfying. So I started acting out. I started making mistakes here and there. I'd kind of lag on things. I would take an extra long lunch. I'd get on the computer when I, wasn't really supposed to, just kind of, it was back in the days of chat rooms and things, and AOL and everything, before the real internet. That's how old I am. But that's kind of like, we need that excitement. Some piece of something is not there. It should be there. Because if it was there, we'd have a Six of Cups. We'd have a Six of Pentacles, Six of Cups. There'd be perfect resonance and harmony. We'd be in the flow. And maybe it's just not challenging enough. Maybe it kind of feels like a dead end now. It feels like there's no excitement, no novelty, there's no challenge. So we have to ask ourselves too, why do I feel this growing restlessness with this Knight of Wands? Now, let's get to the good stuff, all right? Magician energy. It's Spirit's way of saying we have the power to change this. We have the power to either fire ourselves up and get excited about the work we're doing now and the conditions in which we find ourselves now, or we have the power to change those conditions altogether. Do something different. Yeah, maybe it is time for a job change or to get a change of scenery, a change of pace. Maybe it's time to not quit your job, but maybe it's time to find a hobby or something else that really fires you up. We need to get that resonance and harmony back in our life, and we can create it. In fact, we have to. No one else is going to do it for us. That's the magician. That's the curse of the magician, is that it has to create. It must create. No one else is going to do it. Okay? Otherwise, we're just a cork on the ocean. We're just a vessel that's lost at sea that has no sails and no motor or whatever. Yeah. Completely at the mercy of the forces of the universe. And if we don't like to be ignored and we don't like the indifference, well, don't let the, the sort of, the actual universe, the material sort of world, direct the course of your life, because the universe is a cold, vast, and indifferent place. We have to be the representative of spirit on this plane, right? And work our will in the world. Create our Empress life. Create our good, better, best lives. Yeah. And that is exactly what you're going to do. Because we're asking ourselves the questions about, why do I feel this disappointment, a lack of satisfaction, or whatever you want to call it. Call it whatever you will, it doesn't matter. The feeling is the same here, okay? And just by looking at this cards, you kind of know what that feeling is. We don't have to label it, but you do have to look at it and say, okay, why do I feel that way? Okay. And now the magician is going to create. The magician is either going to optimize the current conditions of your life, augment them in some way that brings more vibrant energy, that can bring more flow and harmony and resonance. Or we're going to change the circumstances. We're going to change what we need to change. We're going to add what we need to add. Okay? And it can be small things, right? Every little thing helps to build up our good, better, best life. And the Empress in the position of your relationships, oh, this is stellar. This is absolutely beautiful, right? Because this is kind of saying that, look, I'm putting my effort into something, and it's putting its effort into me. And it feels good. I'm in harmony. I'm resonating with this thing, with this life, with this Empress, with this world, with my job, with my family, with my pets, plants, my people. I'm putting my attention into them, and it's given me back this satisfaction. It's given me back just in the moment. That interaction is a two-way street, you know? And even with the cats, when they just they want your attention, right? But they don't really want to give you their attention. Funny thing about cats. But just have those little moments in life and those big moments where we just feel that we're in the zone, we're in the flow, we're in the harmony, we're resonating with that person or that thing or that activity. We don't even care about the outcome. I don't even care what I am producing at the end of the day. I just am immersed in what I'm doing and I enjoy it. Very simple message. How do we enjoy what we're doing? We either figure out how to like it, how to enjoy it, or we friggin' do something else, you know? And that's the curse of the magician. But the reward, the blessing of the magician is even greater. And it is this Empress life, good, better, best, and the 10 of Cups. A feeling of having a full life. And this is the obstacle. This is kind of like, you know, this is the card we don't want because it's like, yeah, that's crazy. You know, I'm trying to get a little bit more resonance in what I'm doing today, but to have this life that feels complete, to have this life that feels full and satisfying. And really this card's about finding resonance in every area of your life, at work or whatever your financial, you know. When I say work, I don't just mean your job. I mean whatever you're burning calories doing every day. Whatever your focus is, whatever your attention is on every day that you're trying to succeed at, that you're trying to do well, okay? It could be gardening, it could be reading a book, it could be building a barn, whatever it is. It could be your career, it could be school. Okay, maybe you're retired, maybe you're a teenager. It doesn't matter. Okay. This is that idea that every aspect of our life we're finding resonance all over the place. You go to the gym, you find resonance there. You wake up in the morning and you drink a glass of water. There's resonance in this moment. You know, you're with your family, your friends, your pets, your plants. There's resonance. You go and do your daily work, whatever it is. Maybe a creative work, maybe it's a business, whatever it could be. Maybe you work in an office, maybe you work in a field. You find resonance there, you know? It doesn't have to be all humdrum, routine disappointment. Yeah. If the 5 of Cups is saying that something is missing, what is missing is you. Being present in the moment, just finding ways to resonate with the people around or with the work you're doing, finding a way to feel good with it and to just enjoy it in some way. You could be in the middle of a really long, grueling day at work. You can laugh with your coworkers. You know, You can appreciate the temperature of the air. Maybe they keep it really cool in there, There's these little things that we can find in our day that will help us resonate with our lives. And the more we do that, the fuller our lives become, until our life is full of resonance. And then we really feel like we're a successful magician. We've done it. We've created this life. So the Ten of Cups is really beautiful. And it's sort of an obstacle because, we've got to work toward it. We've got to at least acknowledge that, yes, it's possible. The Princess of Cups. Okay. This is asking the question, what do you want? If this is the question of why are we doing these things? This is the question of, what do we desire? What are your feelings really telling you? What do you want? What do you feel within your emotional body? Well, we feel, obviously, this dissatisfaction, right? And we're asking ourselves why. I think that with the Princess of Cups, you're going to be finding a new emotional relationship with life. It's finding magic in the little things, finding the extra in the ordinary, finding the magic in the moment. Yeah. And I think that this is appreciating those little things. Being able to connect with those moments in life where we, and feeling the resonance of that moment. When we think about, I got 10 hours still in this place, and I got to do all this work today, and blah, 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 blah. We look at it that way, and it feels massive. It feels terrible. It feels crushing, But if we look at just this moment, what are we doing at this moment? We're sitting down at a desk. I'm looking at some cards. I'm talking to you. We're having a conversation, I feel resonance in this moment. Yeah, who cares? I got 3-4 more hours of filming tarot readings to do, If I look at it that way, oh gosh, it's going to be a long day, And then everything that we got to do after work and, But just in this moment, let's just stay present. Let's stay present. And I think that you're going to find new feelings are being awakened within you. That might be leading you to different things. Maybe at work, you never noticed how beautiful the views were out the window. Maybe you never knew that everybody was kind of going on a walk around the block during lunchtime. Say, maybe I'll do that too, Having new desires being woken up within you. New ways to connect, new ways to find resonance. In a very active and really a here and now kind of vibe. Let's look at our mystery card. I know this is getting kind of long, but this is beautiful energy. This is so amazing, right? And you know what? I may never have to read for Taurus again. I've given you the secret of magic here, that you can take this and turn it into this by way of, these two, the mind and our power over our mind. I may never have to read for you again. I would like to. I hope that you'll return, and say hi, but I feel as if you're going to be busy creating your good, better, and best life. Let's look at the mystery card. I think it's going to be, I don't know. I think it's going to be a 6 of something. Yeah. What's your prediction? Put it in the comments down below. Let's see what we've got. It is a 6 of swords. We've answered the questions, right? Swords cards, swords energies. The 6 of swords is harmony and flow, okay? Because it's a 6. It's beauty, it's resonance, it's nice. It's this idea that we are asking the questions and thinking about this, and then we are kind of, and then we're going with the flow. See, the boat is on the water. The swords cards, the swords, the worries, the doubts, the answers, the questions, the intellectual energy, the mind, is not steering the boat, is there on the boat. We're bringing our swords with us, but the swords are not running the show. The will is, and kind of feel like your Princess of Cups is. We're on the water. The will is driving the boat on top of the water. We're bringing the mind with us, but the mind is not the boss. Okay? The will, the spirit is the boss. And if we remember that, then we will always be on a path of seeking greater harmony and resonance and flow. The mind starts interfering too much, and we talk ourselves back into a corner. We need the mind. It's where all this takes place. But eventually we've got to just kind of like, okay, intellect, get on the boat, but be quiet. You know, you've done your work. Now you can sit back, just relax, you know, and go with that flow. That boat is on the water, being steered by the will. The mind, the swords are still there, but they're not driving the boat. Yeah. Now we're going to do an extended reading, Taurus. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top, there's a link down below. New readings for you on Mondays and Fridays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is free. It doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.